Welcome to DC.
And here it comes. Swing and a miss. And a World Series Game 7 winning Curly W is in the books.
Dagger! It's 1974. The Washington Capitals are the 2018 Stanley Cup champions.
Don't like that. I like that.
You gotta like that, right?
Despite all this, despite the churn, my approval ratings keep going up.
We are ready to give our 500% support back to this franchise, back to this city, back to this team after Snyder leaves. And then this is the poo-poo you put on the field.
For the very first time, the Washington Mystics are WNBA champions.
The Washington Commanders select Jaden Daniels.
I'm going to support fake teams that can't ruin my life.
Did you call bank? I call game.
Thank you. Sorry to keep you waiting. Complicated business.
Hello, one, hello, all. DTC episode 379, FP 379. It's like a real show. I gotta tell you, I know we were actually supposed to hit record yesterday, which would have been Tuesday evening. Our normal scheduled, generally speaking, our normal broadcast night is Tuesday night. I found myself in such a perfect slumber that when I awoke at 10:30 and realized that I had taken a 4-hour nap, that first of all, it felt like 3 a.m, but I don't know, maybe I'm the only one, FP, but this time of year, like the late April window, like when you're not dealing with the crazy pollen, and the early October window, they're my favorite, like 2-3
Crispy,
week.
baby.
It's the crispy. It's the crispy.
It's like, the same reason why I'm a basic bitch with fall. It's perfect.
Yeah, I mean, you do love your pumpkin spice latte. You love you love layering up. Like that, those are all your things. Like, I know.
Yeah.
You get to that, like that teeter, like the very end of August or early September, and you're like, because I see you at least once a week on most weeks, right? And it's like, it's still like 80 degrees, but FP's rocking like a sweater. He's like, I'm ready. Like I'm ready for fall. I'm ready.
And it's the same thing with the spring into summer, but it's the reverse, right? You're rocking. The people are rocking flip-flops and shorts and t-shirts, but it's still like 59 degrees outside in the morning. You're like,
But I got to tell you, I love it this way more, because I wake up, I put on my gym sweats or my warm-up pants or whatever. I get my workout in. It's crisp. Again, it's crispy in the morning, but like this afternoon was beautiful. This afternoon was perfect. Perfect.
I gotta disagree with you on this one.
You like going the other way.
I hate the bipolarness of this weather.
Oh,
I hate it. This past week alone. First of all, I think
there's a little mystery. There's a little mystery. Like, what am I going to get today?
The most bipolar climate in the country. Northern Virginia.
Oh, I thought you were going to do a voting jag there.
Well,
okay, keep going. Keep going.
But I mean, it goes heat on, or windows closed, no heat. Windows closed, a little bit of heat. Windows open AC, no AC. AC, yes.
Yeah.
And then windows closed heat.
You gotta be quick. You gotta be quick with the adjustments.
I don't know how to set the adjustment. I don't know if I need a jacket or not. If I have to go into the
Hold
office.
on. Are you not using a digital?
I have the Nest.
Well, something that you
range.
can set like a high. Okay. I thought for a second I thought you were poor.
But like sometimes it doesn't work for the range, because my range is like, typically my range will be like 63. If it goes below 63, put on the heat. If it gets above 70, put on the AC.
63 is pretty chilly for overnight.
I can manage 63 with a good duvet cover or a jacket during the day.
Layers. You and the layers, man. I know.
No, but I'm saying 63 when you're sleeping. Perfect.
We keep it a tight 70 to 74. We keep it very tight.
No, that's a sauna. That means you have women in your house.
I'm severely outnumbered, and you're living the bachelor life. But all this to say, sorry we're a day late, and it's my fault because I took a glorious 4-hour nap, woke up at 10:15 or 10:30 or whatever time it was. I texted the offline chat. Felt like 3 a.m.
By LP, actually. We were waiting to do the show.
Well, this guy's like, I'm going to join the show. Sleepy's going to join the show, but we got to start at 9:45. I was like, I got to get a little nap in. Like, I can't do it, man. Like, I can't do it.
I was ready to join, and I'm like, I'm fading. I'm starting to fade, and LP is like, there's no way Joe's awake right now, but he'll probably wake up at 10:30. That's exactly what happened.
I mean, and I got to be honest. Like, I got up, I had myself a night. Like, I'll be very honest. Like, I threw out the feeler. Like, do we actually want to fire up the microphones? There was a lukewarm response. Not really. There was no video game action happening, and I was okay with that too. But I mean, can I confess here? Can I tell you what I did?
What'd you do?
I made my way downstairs.
I was gonna say eggs is probably in the equation.
We had leftover Chipotle. Like we had done like the catering bit for the big family.
Their new cilantro lime sauce is fantastic.
I'm not a big sauce guy, as you know, but we had rice, we had chicken, we had steak, we had guac, we had the cheese. I made myself a massive bowl. I found the NBA, whatever the game was last night. I can't even tell you who I was watching last night. I think it was
Lakers Rockets. It was actually a pretty good game.
Yes.
Actually, Trailblazers was also a good game.
But Blazers, by the way, spend no money and somehow are competitive. I can't explain the Blazers. But I had myself like a proper fourth meal. I haven't had a real fourth meal. Usually it's like snacking and Twix and whatever. This was a proper fourth meal. Like, I should have set the table and lit a candle. That's how like the extent I went to.
Delicious.
Yeah. And then around 1:30-ish, I was like, okay, game's okay, this, that, okay. I went all in. Fired up Peacock, turned on an episode of The Office, stopped it after like 5 seconds. I said, you know what? This is daytime television. I need nighttime television. Flipped over to HBO Max. Picked up where I left off in season 4 of Entourage. Had myself a night. 3 episodes, chuckling to myself, just sitting there eating my Chipotle. What a glorious evening. Glorious evening. That's what I did. And I'm so happy I did it. Now, the heartburn was very real. The third cup of coffee was necessary this morning to get me kind of moving. The post-gym coffee is usually 1 and done. I've been pretty good about keeping it to 1. I had to go 3 deep before noon
3
today.
deep's a lot.
It's a lot.
I'll average 2 on a late, like yesterday I had a late night as well, just because of West Coast playoffs. And I found myself struggling this morning. I had 2 cups of coffee, and my version of I'm too tired to function is I'll undock the work laptop from the office.
Okay.
And I'll sit downstairs on the couch and I'll just laptop only. I'll just I tell the team, like, laptop only.
You're voting
like,
president.
No monitors.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the most you're gonna get out of me is I'll respond to emails. Like, I'm not doing actual work.
I can relate to
That was
this
me all day today.
That's actually a great feeling too, especially if you've got that rapport with the team to be like, you know what, I'm here, like I'm voting present, I'm acknowledging we are all working, but you're not getting anything out of me today. It's what do the NBA players do, right? It's maintenance day.
Maintenance day, yeah.
It's a maintenance
But
day.
I will say, back to spring, I was sitting in the living room. I saw like 6 stupid June bugs fly in.
Which one is the June? Is it the
those
squishy,
little
the crispy
brown,
ones?
Squishy.
I think crispy. I had to name that episode.
Either stink bugs, June bugs, whatever they are.
No, stink bug has like it's got like the turtle shell, the hard shell.
They were stink bugs then.
Okay.
I don't know where they're like the thin ones.
Yeah, they got the thing and the shell, and
so worst part of
they
spring.
crunch when you terminate
terrible.
them.
Like, they're just assholes.
You just so you're sitting on the couch a little slower than usual.
Well, like
just
out
smashing
of the
bugs?
corner of my eye, I'll randomly see like a speck or something crawl, and I'm like, "What the hell?" And I get like, first of all, I'm alpha, so like I just get up, I kill the bug, I deal with it. Like there's no
Bugs ruining your day.
Yeah, but then you're like, it's like making me get up off the couch. Part of it, I was like, just assholes.
Yeah. Too much effort. But look, you deserve credit for getting up. Like, I would say, I think some people on the roster here, the DTC roster,
would just see the bug and
would exactly right. They would make a mental note of where they last saw the bug, and then carry on with whatever activity they were doing.
I did that once. I saw a spider. I was in the basement. I saw a spider, and it went from like the service air small window thing in the corner, and I just saw it crawl behind the TV. And I was like, I'm not gonna move the TV, like pull the mount out, find it. I was like, it's done.
Let it crawl into the TV and get fried.
Yeah. Also, spiders are your friends. They kill all the other bugs. I'm like, okay.
I mean, I'm not a big spider guy, FP, but I understand the logic there. Like you gotta let some of them go. But sometimes, all right, do you ever do this? Do you ever kill a bug, like a cricket or something, and you don't pick it up immediately? You leave it there? So it's all.
I have the dog. I don't want the dog to sniff and think it's
sometimes
edible.
Sometimes I just leave it there for like an hour because I want all of its stupid friends to know this is what happens.
I will say the funnest thing I did is I bought the electric fly swatter for summer, because when you have a dog that goes outside in your backyard,
yeah,
and you're not the quickest with retrieving what it does, but flies exist.
Potential
right?
for
when
flies.
You open the door, close the door as fast as you want. A fly is getting in the house. The electric fly swatter is the funnest way to, because you don't even have to be accurate. You just swing. You don't have to like wait till it lands. You just swing at it, goes down
like a lightsaber. You just lightsaber.
It's literally like an electrocuted, charged fly swatter.
So you just gotta get close.
You just gotta get close, and you get in its vicinity. It'll hit it.
This reminds me of another bug exterminating weapon, the salt pistol. Do you have one of those?
No, I ordered it for one of my friends.
Yeah.
It was a girl that has her own apartment. I don't know if she has the aim for it or not, but I think it would be really fun.
I don't know how we got on Buck Talk, but this is therapeutic. Listen, I got since we're doing the public confession thing. The second we're done recording this, I am not posting it. I'm going to bed. Like I am on zero right now. But there's just a lot happening. I mean, it's a Wednesday in mid to late April. We are how many days from the NFL draft, FP? How many days out? One day away. I think we start there, and then we kind of meander through some of the other sports and other things that are happening. It's the biggest thing in town. And actually, before we do that, we recorded last week. Great show. Matt the Met joined. It was just a fun show. Like those are some of my favorite shows where we just show up and we'll figure it out as we go. We didn't talk about one of the biggest stories, non-sports sports stories, which was the Vrabel Rossini situation that went down in Phoenix. That's basically been playing out over the last 2 weeks, and I think a part of it was not that we forgot, but like I think we were waiting to see like what was going to happen, and really I think the day after we recorded or the next morning, Rossini actually like she officially resigned her position and all this stuff. At the time we were recording, there was some pictures and allegations, but there was also talk about like there are friends that are meeting us there. Like there was stuff happening. Now it's another week later now, or 8 days later. There were no friends, right? They were clearly there together to see each other. I guess A for effort for going far away from each other's families. I don't know. Like all of the stuff that's come out about Rossini and the things that she has said in and out of context fit the narrative that she and her husband were not maybe in the best place.
Yeah, I think she's a party girl that went professional, and it played into her profession.
Sure. And I think, is this fair to say that you are a Rossini guy? Like you are team Rossini? Like in the sense, like from a professional reporting perspective, when she speaks on NFL things, you generally think what? Yeah.
Like prior to all of the indiscretion things. Yeah. She was a voice that I would tune into and I would listen, and she was always like cutting edge with her tweets, and she would be right there with Shefty and Pelissero and everybody else, like with breaking news and stuff. She was big time, and she was a great voice. She always seemed like she was a great reporter.
She seemed plugged in. She always seemed plugged in.
ESPN or anything else. Like she was fantastic. I will say, it's hard. It's hard for a reporter to reclaim credibility,
legitimacy
with a scandal like this.
Yeah, I mean, like in the end, she's one of a bazillion sports writers. Vrabel's one of 32, right? I mean, it's just and he's on a heater. Like you just took a team that nobody expected to do too much, took them to the Super Bowl and lost, right? So
also, New England Patriots are used to cheaters, so.
Well, and that's actually part of one of my questions here that I had just kind of written on my whiteboard. Like, this is an organization where you've had scandal after scandal at the coaching level with the Spygate, at a player level with Deflategate, at the owner level with the rub and tugs, right, with Kraft, and now you've got a head coach doing the same thing. So like for all of the belly aching about quality people and we want locker room, like A+ locker room guys, like this has been like 15 years of shenanigans and just stuff with the Patriots.
Yeah,
That-
if they had a Native
they win.
American mascot, they would have been getting chewed out by the Karens of the world.
Well, that's fair, but is it too far to say, or too far of a stretch to say, like, that is who they are? Like,
It's not a classy organization.
it's not a classy organization.
But it appears
They are a successful
to be
organization.
Yes.
And they appear, I love that actually. They appear to be doing everything right. But like on the inside, it's kind of filthy. And it's been consistent between the previous administration at like I said, the coach, the star quarterback, the star head coach, the star quarterback, the new head coach, and the owner of the team have all been publicly called out for pretty awful behavior, right? And some of it being off the field. Even Bill Belichick had his own situations off the field. He still has situations off the field. Right? He's dating someone a third of his age. Like there's still
his bigger situation is he couldn't figure out college football.
I mean, but are you surprised by that? Like
tarnished his legacy.
That's fair. That's fair. But to go back to just Vrabel and Rossini here, like obviously in the past 2 weeks, it felt like the NFL was hoping that like maybe this AJ Brown deal. But by the way, insane that likely we're going to see AJ Brown, even with all this happening, he's going to end up being a Patriot tomorrow. I feel very strongly about this.
I'm okay with that. I don't want him in the East. I'm okay if he goes to the AFC.
I mean, anything that makes the Eagles worse, like the Eagles to me, and we can talk about this, right? I actually made a bet yesterday, midday. I got a call from a buddy saying like, I want action right now. I will bet you. He's betting me $100 that the Skins finish last in the NFC East, and I immediately took the action. He was like, "You're an idiot. Who's going to be worse than the Redskins?" And without skipping a beat, I said, the Philadelphia Eagles. They were on the brink of collapse. They will collapse. They have a crappy quarterback. They're about to trade AJ Brown. Like for all of the good things that they've accomplished off the field, they are primed to fall apart. And if you go back and look at them, every 4 or 5 years they have a stinker 2-win season. Mm-hmm. This is that season for them.
Sirianni last year was on like towards the end.
He was in hell. Not hot seat. His seat was not just on fire; it had disintegrated from the flames. He was standing. Yes. It was over.
They've been battling all offseason with the narrative of does Jalen Hurts suck, and everyone is. It's like everyone's taking the blinders off, and they're like, yeah, he actually does. He's a terrible quarterback.
Yes,
and I mean, you have the chick that does the Instagram videos of all the teams.
That's your girl. I don't remember her name, but I always appreciate
whatever.
Yeah, I appreciate
it even made it into her like skits where everyone's talking about like Jalen Hurts being a bad quarterback. Like it is now known in the NFL world.
Yeah, he is a bad quarterback.
Nobody can deny that anymore. Yeah.
He is a bad quarterback, and he was
Saquon
aided by
probably doesn't have another great year. AJ goes away.
Yeah, and for the Patriots. The potential of having, I think Diggs is still on that roster, and who had a great season. I mean, they've still got, they're deep at tight end. They're going to be deeper at wide receiver.
They were saying that it might be a booty for AJ Brown trade. I don't know if I like that because I do believe.
I think you need all three.
AJ Brown is talented. I think he is a diva, and I do think he will have multiple disappearing acts and maybe not be super happy.
I don't disagree with that. Vrabel and him obviously have a history in Tennessee. He will line up wide and do a great job of, doing what he does. But that threesome of Brown, Booty, and Diggs, I give Diggs a lot of credit for the season he had last year. That's a pretty formidable three. Like those are like really pick your poison there, right? It's again very similar to, I mean, the Eagles had a big two, but this is,
I mean, McDaniels is leaps and bounds better offensive coordinator than any of the trash the Eagles had. So
their schedule will be harder, yada yada. But like in the end, I mean, just to put a bow on this, like I do feel pretty terrible for Rossini, right? There's a colossal double standard when it comes to this stuff, but it is what it is, and we live in the world the way it is, and this is what happens when you're caught doing something like this. Like I'm sure there's a podcast out there that will give her a microphone.
She's too hot to fail. It'll be fine.
I think she's going to end up on one of these like BetLine sports shows. Like there's a halftime show somewhere that can use.
If I'm Barstool, I pick her up and I pair her up with Gruden. That would be money.
I would love that. Gruden, I can't stop the Gruden videos when he's in there with a quarterback and doing his Chucky bit. Like I really do enjoy those. And I think if he wanted to return to coaching, I think somebody would give him I mean, I think it's smart for him not to come back.
Depends on how I think the lawsuit he has against the NFL is allowed to move forward. So depending on how that plays out.
But why would you do it? Like, but why come back? Like he's got a good thing going with Barstool. Unless you just really want to be back in the trenches. I know. But he does a great job with the social media for them. So does his brother on a much smaller scale. But okay, let's talk draft here, FP. Like the skins, we had the uniform reveal last week, which I think by and large everybody has agreed it's not perfect, but it is significantly better. Some of the renders I've seen over the last 7 days take what exists and tweak it just enough to make it really good.
Yes.
I love the spear with the 3 stars. I love that. That's a little DC call out. There's a couple versions with like the feather. I don't think we can get there, but I think ultimately in the end, what the commander's name not appearing on any of the uniforms,
stroke of genius. What
that tells me is the name is going to stick. Like we're not going to change the name, but we're not going to make it like front and center on everything. And I think by the time we get to new RFK Stadium in DC, a couple, 3, 4, 5 years, whatever it is, I think by the time we get to whatever season we open that new building in DCFP, the retro homecoming uniform plus maybe like the Thanksgiving Day, whatever, twice a year, we're going to see the actual Redskins logo on a helmet. The team will still be called the Commanders, but I think they're going to make little tweaks over the next couple of years to get everybody ready. Holder. Yes, they will get everybody ready. Even the W taco holder, some of the renders where they thin it out and put the spear completely behind it, as opposed to like the weird going through it, you can still kind of work with it. I mean, it's a W, whatever. But my point is, I think as we get closer to RFK coming to life and the team moving back into the district, the probability of a proper Redskins uniform with the logo twice a season as our retro throwback is going to happen. I think they're priming us for that. And if they can do that, they win. Like, because I don't care about the name. We've been doing the show for 100 years.
It's right.
The colors. Give me the colors back. I got the colors. If you're going to insist on the black, they made it less crappy enough where I'm okay with it. I would never buy a black jersey. It's not us. But even on the black uniform, I
don't hate the blacks at all. I love the blacks actually.
But I would like to. Okay, so I'm gonna. If I was gonna be a fan of the black uniform, I would go a step further and steal a bit from the Steelers. Take the helmet to matte. Make either like do like half burgundy and half gold, like something crazy with the helmet, or the Commander's crest that has only been used on a couple of things here. You know what I'm talking about? The circle. That actually wouldn't look terrible on the side of a helmet. It wouldn't. And
well, they also tweaked the crest where it's now more of like a shield.
Yes,
with the
looks
spears,
better.
The Greco-Roman X
looks better.
Spears looks great.
Yeah, my whole point is I think they are going to slowly tweak, and when we get to RFK opening on Thursday night of whatever season that is,
you're probably going to see a completely.
Even if they don't stick it on the uniform, they're gonna stick the logo on the middle of the field.
Yeah, I can see it. I would love to see it. I mean, the way that they're slow rolling the transition of embracing the past, they have to play it slow, and I'm okay with them playing it slow.
Sure,
this was a monumental leap, but it played out perfectly. Even to the point, like the social media team, the video release, the uniform reveal itself,
all better than expected.
So perfect compared to the stupid ABC7 presser.
I have the sounder. You want to hear it?
With the no face mannequins,
the
no face mannequins that aren't even posed like football players. Oh my god, it was so bad.
This is significantly better. We've got the colors back. We've got a good addition to the crest and to the game day logo. Like, we're trending in the right direction as fans. Like, it's very hard for me to be disappointed with what they've done here. Like, this is
Yellow
an improvement.
Face masks. I've been screaming for yellow face
forever,
masks, gold face masks forever.
Now what we need is somebody to do the tailor and actually do the little, the tape markings all over it, right? But I mean, burgundy and gold is going to be great to see on a Sunday.
It's going to look fantastic.
No more stupid ketchup and mustard. No more, weird white creamsicle.
No more Arizona Cardinals and Pittsburgh Steelers.
But we're talking about off the field stuff. Tomorrow, they have real opportunity to impact their on the field product, right? I mean, we had a huge trade. We talked about maybe AJ Brown getting traded tomorrow, right? Goodbye from Philly. Hello to New England. The Giants pulled off a pretty big trade themselves. They've got 2 picks in the top 7 by my count. Am I right on that?
Yeah, they got 5 and 10.
No, sorry, number 5 and 10. So 2 picks in the top 10. But this is the question. The Giants traded away Dexter Lawrence to the Bengals. The Bengals
got fleeced.
I mean, to give up the 10th overall pick is a pretty big loss there. I think they think that Dexter Lawrence is a good replacement for the guy that they lost on their defensive line, which is interesting because I don't think so. But here's my question to you, FP. Did you know that Dexter Lawrence and Daron Payne have essentially identical numbers in every statistical category, yet Daron Payne has an advantage of 6-1 when it comes to fumbles recovered?
I did see that stat, yeah.
If Lawrence is worth a 10th overall pick, what's Daron worth?
Well, you got to find a sucker team to get fleeced, right? And all credit is going to go to Harbaugh and the Giants because Jim Schoen or whatever was never going to be able to do that himself. That was all Harbaugh magic to get that value for Sexy Dexy. It was never going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, the Giants historically are the ones to get fleeced. So if AP can find a sucker team and drop Daron Payne for something like that.
Are you team Daron? Would you rather him be here than not be here? Or you don't care at this point?
It's hard for me. I like Daron, but I think he doesn't have the aggression that I think I need to see from him. I think he's kind of too laid back, not really like, it's kind of the same thing that I had. Like, I was a big menacing force in high school football, and my coach was like, just dial it up, just get angry, just be disruptive, just kill someone. And I'm like, And that's Daron Payne, right? Like, unless he's punching Jonathan Allen in the face, that's it. You don't really see aggression. You don't see the violence that comes out.
His passion does seem to be reserved for his teammates on the sideline. Yes, This is correct. Not so much in the locker room before or after the game, more so during the game on the sideline. But really my question is if like, I think inside the Redskins bubble, when they saw this trade, there was
they perked up a little bit. I'm sure.
There was what? We could have gotten this kind of value for Daron and had 7 and 10 ourselves. Right.
But it also comes down, like, I don't know what it is, but like, Dexter Lawrence had I'll go Gen Z terminology. His aura was off the charts, right? Like, he had a lot of aura, and I think a lot of teams and front offices looked at him like, oh, like that's a stud, like that's a guy. Daron, even though the numbers show that he's exactly the same, never had that aura. So I don't think it would have raised any profile across any team to get that much for him.
Yeah, I mean, and that's fair. And obviously, it'll be very interesting to see what the Giants actually do because they need, like, they're already improved, right? If Neighbors is I mean, you're shaking your head at me, here, but you're not. You don't believe in Dart. You don't believe in Scatabo. You don't believe in
First
Neighbors.
Of all, I have a big problem. Apparently, Giants fans are referring to Dart as JD6. They just stole Jaden Daniels' nickname of JD5 and they made him JD6. I hate that. It's disgusting.
You pick some weird things to be very passionate about, but okay.
So stupid.
Okay,
is our nickname
Malik Neighbors a good receiver, right? He's gonna make them better.
You don't know what version he is, and when he comes back.
I mean, okay, that's fair. I mean, look, they have 2 picks in the top 10. Assuming they make 2 picks in the top 10, they're going to be better. I mean, their team should improve. I mean, maybe they get it wrong. Harbaugh, though, generally, I mean, he's been pretty good with his draft picks, given his tenure in Baltimore. Like, he doesn't, and generally speaking, the Ravens have been good, and he's drafting at the end of the first round. Like, what is he going to be able to pull at the top of the first round?
They've been good, but they've also been one of those teams where they don't really get elite offensive weapons. What elite weapons did
I
the
agree.
Ravens have
I agree.
outside of Lamar?
They didn't draft. I agree with you. They drafted Lamar and a whole bunch of. You're right. They spend their draft picks on defense, but New York doesn't need offensive players right now. They need defensive players.
I think they need both realistically.
Maybe a receiver. Maybe
That's a pretty weak receiver room.
Maybe
Scatterboo.
he's Mike Allstott or Peyton Hillis.
Yeah, I mean,
he's gonna bulldoze his way through 7 games, miss 6, and then
yeah.
I hear you on that.
And Jackson Dart, like I appreciate the storyline, but I don't think he plays safe football. And I think coming in this season with that much more game film,
Year 2 will be interesting on him. It really will.
I don't think it bodes well for him. I mean, he already proved he was a little injury prone.
Is Russ still on that team?
I don't know
I'm
if
not sure where Russell
go.
went,
He
but
might still be on there.
You know, the expectations are that Fernando Mendoza is going to go 1 overall to the Raiders, right? And I if I recall, Draft Insider Joe here, he's not going to be attending the draft.
He's not, but he has a very good reason, so I can't knock him on that.
No, I mean, I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying it's not common, right, for at least those in that on day 1 to be in the building.
Yeah,
not and much less 1-1. Like, he's not going to be there. But assuming the Raiders go with Mendoza, right? The Jets at number 2, like, are they going edge rusher with David Bailey? Are they going with the Reese kid out of Ohio State? Like, or are they trading out? I mean, I don't think they can afford to trade out. They need everything. I mean, they need a quarterback too. Like, Geno can't possibly be the answer there. But it's interesting. Like, it's interesting to see kind of how that top 2, 3, 4 play out, because every team in the top 5 like needs something, and then the Skins are at 7, and the big question is, like, do the Skins go with the best talent, Jeremiah Love? Do they go with the best defender on the board, whether that's that cornerback Delaney or whatever, or the edge rusher? Like, what do they do? I don't
think Love makes it past the Titans. I don't think that's happening. I saw some mocks where the Cardinals surprise everybody and they take Love in 3rd. I will say the Giants getting pick 10 and us being right in the middle makes pick 7 that much more valuable, where other teams now go, oh crap, we need to now get back into the top 10 before the Giants can take somebody that we had our eyes on.
Sure.
We may be able to trade back for even more.
I don't want them to trade back, though, FP. They need.
I don't mind a trade. There was one mock draft.
Unless you're getting 2 in the top 20. Like,
well,
no.
There's one that I saw where you could do, because the Jets are loaded with picks this year. I think they have 2 1s, 2 2s, something crazy like that. You could essentially do a 1 swap with the Jets. You go from 7 to 15. You also get a second, and then you add in like a 3 or a 4. That's not terrible.
I think I could get on board with that.
Not because you need the picks more. Like 50% of first round picks are busts, right? Especially the top 10.
That's fair.
So I'm okay.
But
if
there's
you
some
do
real
trade
talent
back.
out there, right? I mean, like I said, that Mansour kid out of LSU, the cornerback, Caleb Downs is a freaking beast of a safety. I would be fine with him too. I mean, the secondary needs help.
I think you could technically trade back if you were to get into that 15 range. You may be able to get wide receiver from Ohio, Tate, and you really do need.
There's also that Emeka kid and Higgins. Yeah. There's a couple, right? But they need players. Like, you can't just punt. Like, Jaden needs players around him.
Like, I truly can't tell you which way we're going to go, because you need edge, you need linebacker, you need safety, you need wide receiver, you need running back. You could really go best player available. But if you're going to go best player available anyways, why not trade back and load up on your picks? Like, we did enough with the trade deadline in the offseason, and we're probably still going to adjust a few more positions where you put in like pretty good temporary stopgaps, right? But any draft pick number that you have, if you go best player available, it's going to be for a position that needs to be improved.
If they go back, I like what you said. Like Carnell Tate is getting a lot of run. Local media here in DC hyping up this kid as the best wide receiver to come out of Ohio State. And however, I mean, there's been a ton. I mean, we already have one on the roster too, but just to be noted, right? But they're saying he's the best of all of them.
Yeah,
that is some ridiculously high praise for a guy who wasn't even like the 1-1 on his team.
If Ohio State does two things, it's they suck at producing quarterbacks
and they excel
fantastic at producing wide
receivers. If you told me you could trade out of 7, go a little bit further back, but lock in Carnell Tate and Love is already off the board by the time you get to 7, I'm on board with your plan.
Absolutely. I think that's how it plays out.
Yeah, because then you've got you've upgraded your wide receiver room, which is probably the most important thing right now. And again, like I think they've already kind of addressed the running back room with the Rachaad White ad, in my opinion. Like they've already kind of done something there, right, as a hedge. You know, because if you do go, and then personally, I don't think they go Jeremiah Love, but if you take Jeremiah Love, who are you cutting? Like you can't have 5 or 4 running backs. Bill is the odd man out.
No, it'll probably be Bill, Love, and Rashad as your trio. I guess maybe McNichols is the one out.
But then you wouldn't have signed him. Like it doesn't make sense.
I mean,
maybe they knew. Maybe they expect Jeremiah Love to go to the Giants.
I mean, I don't think the Titans pass on Love. I don't.
I mean, they need it. You're
biggest
right.
need.
You're right. They absolutely need it. I mean, this is true. But Caleb Downs for me, like that's another Ohio State guy. If they can somehow manage to get,
I'm out on Reuben Bain. I saw comparisons to Jamin Davis. Me and LP were talking about that.
Oh, don't say that around me.
Although, if everyone says that he's like a Jamin Davis and everyone's immediately out on Reuben Bain, all that equals is whatever team gets him, especially if we pass up on him. He's going to be a 15-year first-team All-Pro.
Yeah. He's Rasheed Wallace. Yeah. Exactly. he's going to have a fantastic career. Yeah. I'm with you on that. What do you do for the draft? I mean, obviously it's it's a lot of pageantry, a lot of just waiting around 10 minutes, whatever it is. It's in 15 minutes. It's an eternity between the picks. I know you were throwing out this idea about maybe going out. Is this happening or what? What are you doing for the draft?
There's going to be some version of like a guy saying beers and wings need to happen.
But you would eat them all and drink everything, but before you got to like pick 3.
I mean, we'll see.
Like the 7th pick will be made at like 9:30.
Yeah, I mean it takes forever, but you still have playoffs on in between, so multiple screens.
There are a lot of sports, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see how the draft goes. I mean, it's exciting that football unofficially kind of restarts. We had the soft free agency period, and then all the back and forth, but like this is real football. Like this is real stuff that we care about, and we're. This time 2 years ago, we were sitting here debating, between May and Williams and Jaden and who and this and that and Nix and blah and blah. It's crazy to think that we've had the highs that we've had and the lows that we've had in a 24-month stretch. And the expectation around DC is that Jaden returns to form, plays 12, 13 games, starts 12 or 13 games.
I mean, he looks... From all the offseason footage I've seen, even with De'Ami Brown's like mini documentary on YouTube, like 72 hours in California or whatever, LA, Jaden was doing like 460 front squats, right? Like bar in front squats. That's a lot for Jaden Daniels. That's good. I mean, I think he knows he needs to build the muscle mass, and
I also need him back in the virtual reality training.
I don't think that changes for. I think that's just his thing. Is like he's going to be
also
a quick process.
I'll take a little less smiling, a little, just a tiny bit.
That's a Joeism.
I know.
I mean, I like it. It's going to be entertaining. I think the Jets are going to be the team to ruin everybody's board
because they can. They have the draft capital to take some swings, right?
I can also see you also have to prepare yourself for Howie Roseman trading up into wherever.
I was
he
about to
needs
say, I think,
and trade raping somebody and screwing the Redskins in the process.
I also think you should be ready for Jerry Jones to do the same. I think the Cowboys are in a unique position where offensively they can hang with anybody. And in theory, like they don't have anything to give up to get high enough to grab a Jeremiah Love. I mean, they can't find their way into the top 10. Maybe. I mean, what do I know? But FP, that team, the back half of the season, butt loaded offensively.
Yeah.
They could score and keep. I mean, the wide receiver room, very talented. They started
just tagged Pickens
as they should. Like to think that they're going to open the season with CD on one side and Pickens on the other. And Dak, whether you love him or hate him, he is an efficient quarterback. He's not the problem there. They need some defensive pieces. And they're going to have a softish schedule. They're going to be like, that's a team that I think Jerry Jones, given the right opportunity, will climb the board for the running back because they need a running back. That's what they need.
So here's the question. You said the bet you made with your boy, where the Eagles are going to be the worst in the division.
Yes.
Does that mean you have Cowboys, Redskins vying for 1-2? Slot the Giants in at 3?
Yes, because I don't know what to make of the Giants. The Giants, to me, could win the division. They could also manage 4 wins. Like I don't know. I don't like the Giants. I don't know. I think there's a lot more tape. You said I think I agree with your take. There's a lot more tape on Jackson Dart. There's a lot more expectation, right? Especially with Harbaugh at the helm. I think they will play disciplined football. I expect them to be an 8 or 9 win team. I expect the Skins to be in that same range, and at some point we'll do a whole schedule breakdown thing. But I also think I think those 3 teams going into the last 5 weeks of the season are going to basically all be 500 or +1 or +2, and just kind of in the thick of it as we get to the last couple of weeks where they all play each other. That's what I expect to happen. I expect the Eagles to be significantly worse than the other 3 teams in the division.
I think Redskins' ceiling is by and far the highest. I think from NFC Championship season
I don't know about the
to
highest,
this
man.
season. No, I'm just saying from that season to this season, overall the team has significantly improved from what we trotted out on the field Jaden's rookie year to what we're going to put on the field year 3. It is a significantly better roster.
That's fair. I agree.
And I think if you have a healthy Jaden and you don't get the injury bug, I think your ceiling is the highest of the 4.
I don't know if that secondary is better. Right? I'm going to reserve judgment until after the draft to agree or disagree with you on the quality of the roster, top to bottom, because the quality of the roster was supposed to be better on paper in year 2, and it wasn't.
Yeah, but also injury bugs completely made it so you couldn't determine if it was better or not.
Yeah, I just, to me, it's hard to call. It's hard to really. The Cowboys have the most talent in the division on the offensive side of the ball.
They always, on paper, every offseason,
I'm with you.
I'm with you. They're always the Cowboys.
But they have the best offense on paper, minus a quarterback. I expect the Eagles to regress. I really don't know what to make of the Giants, and I expect the Skins to win more than 4 games. Like, I just do.
Yeah.
But if Jaden comes out and has another stinker, it's full-on panic time in D.C. Like, he's got to go. Like, that's it.
Yeah, but if he comes out and he doesn't have to go. But if
he has to go. No, hold on.
Numbers.
If Jaden plays 14 games and wins 6, it's over, man. Like, it's done.
No.
Jaden
so much more.
Jaden plays 14 and wins 6. He's your quarterback in the following.
It depends on what the eye test tells me. Is it Jaden that's causing the games, or is it the team around him?
This might be the dullest take you have had on the.
He
plays 14 and wins 6, and he's your guy. No way.
Is it only his fault that he lost those games?
He's the quarterback, FP.
No, that's not how it works.
Now,
that's
it's situational. Okay.
That's not how it works.
You're right. If the kicker costs
12
them 3
losses
games
on Jaden Daniels, if your offense is putting up 35 points and we have 12 losses, then you Dan Quinn has to go. I'll give you that one. He missed it. He missed it on the DC.
Let's break some news. It's not even breaking news. I can't say it's breaking news. Dan Quinn should be gone right now. Right now.
No. I can't believe we're still talking about this.
Ron Rivera should be
Year
fired
1 good.
now.
Listen, year 1 good. Nobody hated Dan Quinn. Year 2,
we didn't like
lot
him.
Of issues.
We didn't like him.
He earned himself at least year 3. I have said that from the start. He
If
earned
they
himself
start
at least year 3.
All right,
If
all
year
right, ding,
3
all right,
is a
ding dong.
struggle-
If he starts 0-4, is he still the coach going into week 5?
Well, you tell me if he's 0-4, but you're losing 45-42.
He's got to go. He's responsible for the product on the field. 0-4, 1-5,
Depends on what the team
2-6.
looks like.
He's gone. He's
Depends on
gone.
what the team looks like. You have an Eagles team that starts 0-3 and then they win the Super Bowl.
Well,
It depends
they
on what
won,
the team looks
They
like.
won the Super Bowl.
Depends on what the team looks like.
Our guy
can't
did not
make
win the
blanket
Super Bowl,
statements.
although he had a 24-point lead. So, don't think that's a fair argument. But you get me. I get so pissed when we get on this topic.
You can't be a typical PTSD Skins fan and jump
Yes, I can.
react.
Don't tell me what I can. Don't tell me what I can't do.
Do
Don't
it-
tell-
do
don't
whatever
tell
you
me.
want.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you. You want to talk Nationals? You want to talk about our 500 baseball team? Somehow out of nowhere, they are getting smoked by the Braves right now. But
I mean, it's a great story. It's one more thing I get to watch on TV. They're playing that well.
Yeah, I did the MLB package or whatever it's called. The Met put me onto this. We get MLB Network already because of T-Mobile, and then for $100 you can get the Nationals games. It's all in 4K and it's beautiful on like a big screen TV. By the way, they were down 8-4. They're up. They've climbed back now, 8-6 in the top of the 8th against the Braves. But this team is basically playing 500 ball over the last 10 FP. They're 11-13. They are punching way above their weight class right now. Meanwhile, the Phillies have dropped 6 of their last 10, and the Mets have dropped 10 of their last 10. So like there's a little bit of space here, a little bit, and it's, I don't know, like I don't know what to make of it. But
it's what I said last show. All 4 DC teams are primed to have a great next season.
Yeah, that's
and I
right.
think if the Nationals are starting a little bit earlier with more experience this season of getting a flavor of some wins in and knowing what they need to do, and the young GM has turned things around quickly. I'm all for it. I'm in.
Yeah, I mean, baseball, very soon it'll be baseball or bust, right? Baseball and OMC is all we're gonna have. So I'm not. We are gonna have World Cup though. Like we got some other things happening. By the way, remind me at some point. I got to tell you about my significant other going bananas over LA 2028 Olympics tickets and just starting to purchase stuff.
Terrible.
Terrible. You have no idea. You have the financial ruin that she has caused upon our household. But anyway, between taxes and the Olympics, I got nothing left. But there's a couple of things I want to talk about. Obviously, the NBA playoffs. Before we get to NBA playoffs, because I think you and I are watching a fair amount of it. I want to kind of go through the matchups. Did you happen to catch any of the WrestleMania build-up or show itself over the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, two-day WWE extravaganza, WrestleMania 42?
The headlines made it across my Reddit feed. It's the most I can give you.
Okay, so can I give you just a drive-by synopsis here, right? So first time ever in the history of WrestleMania that they used the same venue twice, right? This was in Vegas. It was in Vegas last year for WrestleMania 41. That was the big build-up. There was a lot of things happening at WrestleMania 41 between like Cena, and there's just a lot of stuff happening. WrestleMania 42 also in Vegas this year. I don't remember why they changed the venue, but for whatever reason they went back to Vegas. The gate, excuse me, last year, 2-day total as far as people, attendance, around 126,000. This year, 2-day total around 101. Huge fall off. Prices this year about 80% more expensive. Ticket sales down all across the board. Like, this was not a good showing. And if it had ended on Saturday night, it would have easily been the worst pay-per-view, worst WrestleMania in the history of the WWE. Like, just bad. The only thing that saved it was Sunday. Sunday was significantly better. The matches were better. Nobody understands why, Randy didn't beat Cody. Like, there's a whole bunch of storylines. I'll save you all that. The biggest takeaway, Brock Lesnar did something on Sunday night that has now been confirmed to be completely off script. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the retirement, leaving his
Retired.
gloves and boots
on the
mat.
fly. Easily, in my opinion, the best match of the two nights was Oba versus Brock. Excellent. Brock put him over. That dude is going to be a stud for a long time. He's got the build. He's got the gimmick. Like, he is on an ascension path in the Federation. Brock threw up the big X. Okay, whenever you see a wrestler throw up an X, that means they're going off script. It's real. Something's happened, usually when it's an injury. Brock took off his gear in the middle of the ring, threw up the X, hugged it out with a longtime friend, Paul Heyman. That was the end of it. It was done. Like, he retired.
Is it?
Yeah. And this is what I'm saying. This is what's interesting now. TKO is pissed. TKO is the parent company of WWE. They are pissed. Triple H, who runs WWE, pissed. Really upset. Like, shoot upset. Because Brock had told them, I want to retire, and they had a whole storyline for him that would have run through SummerSlam later this year, where he would eventually, apparently it leaked to Brock that they were going to have him lose to Gunther, and he basically said, F that, I'm going out on my own terms, called an audible, retired on Sunday night.
Gunther, the same guy that retires all the legends, apparently.
That's his current gimmick, although he's got no heat with anybody because nobody's set to retire. So, like, when you build this guy up as like the legacy, the killer of the legacy wrestlers, but there's no one set to retire, what are you gonna do? Like, what are you gonna do? Anyway,
I don't think anything is real. Obviously, we're talking about wrestling, so definitely nothing is real. But the world is fake.
scripted.
I don't truly believe. I believe it could be an unscripted moment, and the retirement shocked everyone. But I also believe there's somebody working in the background pulling puppet strings where they're looking at numbers, they're looking at sales, they're looking at, we're going to have a slump for SummerSlam, whatever. So, you know what would actually kind of help? If everyone thinks he's gone, he does a real retirement. We tell all the press, the media, everybody, no, it's real. It's confirmed. Oh my God, guess what? It's coming out in Joe in July is going to tell me that Brock's returning. And no. I feel like it's seen a thousand.
You got to remember, Brock was somewhat entangled with the Vince McMahon chicanery and stuff that happened, right? So the WWE bringing him back in any capacity was pretty dicey, right? I mean, there was a reason they had him go up like a super heel against Cena and kind of work a couple things and angles. Now, this was him basically saying, I'm done. I'm done.
So does that mean he got like a starring role in like an action movie? That's the reason why all these guys retired.
No, I mean, it's interesting you say that because CM Punk has been calling everybody out for that, and like Roman Reigns is back now. Roman is an interesting, like, that's 20s boy. Like, he loves Roman when he comes out. He loves the gimmick, acknowledge me and all this stuff. Like, I have never vibed with Reigns. I just never have. Like, would you be surprised if Fast Furious 10 times 2 or whatever the movie is, he shows up in there? Reigns is in one. Reigns
is
in the Hobbs and Shaw spinoff. Would you be
surprised if Brock is the new
it's
bad guy that shows up?
No, I think Brock's going to go hang out with his
second cousin shows up as Brock Lesnar.
It's possible. I mean, they listen. Fast and Furious got closer to the moon than Artemis. So I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. I'm not going to get into the whole bit about Artemis 2, but cars in space apparently are a thing. Cars on the Titanic. Like, I've seen everybody really enjoys sending me all the AI movie shtick, but with Vin Diesel. But all this to say, the WWE is in a very dangerous position right now where the fans are not responding to the product on TV. The whole point of going streaming and going to Netflix is you don't need ad revenue because I'm already paying for the platform.
Right.
When you run 13 ads in a 4-hour show, you're in trouble. In a 3-hour show, you're in trouble. Like, there is too much.
That's the Gen Z-ification of the world, right? Like,
but of all the sports entertainment, the one that you cannot consume in a 30-second reel on Instagram, or one of the ones, is wrestling. You need to see the story. You need to listen to the dialogue. You need the buildup. Like, you can't just do that in 30 seconds on an Instagram reel.
And that's why they're failing, though.
Well, I agree with you. The
product doesn't match the Gen Z-ification of the world.
Well, but the Gen Z people generally don't watch wrestling. Like, it's like right now
they're
aging
growing
roster.
they're growing into your target audience for making money.
Well, I would argue that they're losing the 18 to 35-year-old men. Like, they're not watching this product right now.
Those are the Gen Zers now. I don't think you realize how old you are.
I don't like it when you say it that way. But anyway, that was my just a little wrestling segue. Not to mention you need 3 different platforms to watch everything. I had to watch it all like the next day. Like, I'm not paying for ESPN Super Unlimited Plus bonus. I don't care. Like, I can't do it. The best formula they had was when everything was on Peacock. And if you care, you turn it on. And if you don't care, you don't. But
I would say the best formula they had is when everything was on UPN 20.
Well, then you were paying for the I mean, that was SmackDown on UPN 20. But, oh my God. When was the last time somebody said UPN 20? When was the last time someone mentioned network TV?
Yeah,
That's
crazy,
when
that's when
crazy.
Z104.1 was promptly number 3 on your radio.
That was a long time ago, FP. Last topic, and then we can get out of here and get to bed. The NBA playoffs. Are you consuming the NBA playoffs?
Surprisingly, a lot more than I thought I would be.
I would second that. Surprisingly, a lot more than I thought.
Pretty good first round matchups out there.
Yes, the play-in for me is stupid.
For NBA and for hockey, but
hockey too. On the NBA side, like keeping it. I mean, obviously we saw some drama with, Steve Kerr potentially coaching his last game, and him and Steph and Green having a moment, and then Green just does what Green. I don't know what Draymond his legacy is going to be, but I don't think it's going to be good. I think he thinks he's Rodman, but in the end, I think he's going to be remembered more like Artest and less like Rodman. But just starting out west, we've got the Thunder playing the Suns, right? 1 versus 8. The Suns are a perennial disappointment. That the Thunder should win this pretty handily. This one shouldn't be much of a series. I mean, it's a 1-0, and they play. When do they play? They play tonight. They play tonight at
night.
They're the late game. I might actually tune in for that one. The Lakers and the Rockets are the 4-5. Durant missed game 1. Okay, they're 2-0. Like, the Lakers are up 2-0. LeBron looks a little fresh.
He looks like he took the entire regular season off.
It's funny you say that because I think he did.
Playoff.
Yeah. So, that's our 4-5 matchup. We've got the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. That series is tied at 1-1. That first game, I thought this was going to be a sweep, the way the Nuggets closed out the end of game 1. Ant is not 100% healthy, but the Timberwolves are still a pretty solid and well-rounded team. I don't think they can beat the Nuggets, though, to be very honest. That's a 1-1, and I think that's a tomorrow night on Prime. Hopefully Prime doesn't cut out, by the way, in the middle of a basketball game like they have now on 3 consecutive nights, but that's another topic for another day. And then we got the Spurs and the Trailblazers. The series tied at 1-1. I don't know what to make of the Trailblazers. We had picked the Jailblazers documentary as part of the next OMC. Have you watched it yet?
I have not.
So I did. I can't say that I learned much, like new information.
Did it just make you reminisce, though?
But I enjoyed it. Yeah, it is. Rasheed is a character, man. Like Rasheed, somebody get a microphone in front of Rasheed Wallace. But the Spurs, and I want to talk about them here for a second. Wemby is going to redefine to the level, if health aside, and I hate when people qualify statements like this by talking about health. Just assume he's healthy.
He's going to the concussion yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it.
That was a
big, heavy
drop
yes.
from 7'10" or whatever
yes.
he is.
What's interesting about him is he's doing stuff that at his size, like every time some huge body comes around, like no one had seen a body move like nobody had seen scoring like Wilt.
Right.
Nobody had seen efficiency even like a Walton. Nobody had seen size and strength like a Yao Ming. No one had seen like brute force like Shaq. No one has seen, 7-footers didn't shoot threes consistently before Dirk. Wemby is so much taller and so much better at doing everything on the court than any of those players I just mentioned. And those are some Hall of Famers. It is impossible to fully qualify. This guy is like, if you averaged him out as just basketball player, he's better than most point guards. He's better than most shooting guards. He's better than most forwards, and he's better than most centers. I can't think of another player that would average out as better than the average at every position on the field, on the court.
Yeah, I mean it's incredible, but you have to put the health factor
I
in.
know. But I mean, he's something else, man. And the Spurs, did you see the highlights from game one with the crazy, like the throwback? Yeah. Oh, I love the 90s. Like, why don't we have color in the world anymore, FP? Why is everything blue and green and like that's
There's no color and
everything's gray.
There's nothing fancy when it comes to structures or buildings. Everything's just bland.
Yeah, but like the throwback uniforms
they look
in
fantastic.
the NBA, especially the late 90s ones, the Rockets with the pinstripes and the big swooping rocket. The Trailblazers really haven't changed their logo at all, but you know, the Wolves had like the actual screaming wolf. The Nuggets had the Denver skyline.
Yeah,
the
the
rainbow
Raptors
colors.
with the Vince Carter dinosaur.
The actual Raptors. The Suns haven't changed much, and obviously the Thunder. Thunder used to wear the Sonics colors, but they don't. Yeah, they don't do that anymore. But anyway, that's the West Coast. Those are the West Coast games, and then the East Coast. You know, we got the Pistons. The Pistons are playing the Magic, and they're going to roll them. I mean, if there was ever a time for
surprising
mercy,
that they lost. I mean,
very
that was
surprising.
a great upset.
They got their act together tonight. They're up by 30 right now,
yeah.
so like they should be fine. The Cavs and the Raptors is a toss-up. The Cavs should win this series. I actually forgot that James Harden played for the Cavaliers until I tuned into Game 1 and watched him suit up and go out there and shoot threes. So, I mean, he can still get it done. I mean, the Cavs are up 2-0 in that series. Knicks and Hawks, another one that we didn't expect the Hawks to be able to get anything off the Knicks, then they did. Okay, so that one's tied up at 1-1. And then the Celtics and the 76ers.
The most boring of the playoffs is Sixers Celtics.
Yeah, I mean, for the 15th year, it feels like in a row,
Yeah.
we get the 76ers somehow getting into the playoffs, and then, like why are you here? Why? Just forfeit.
Understand.
Like, you don't obviously care to win.
They took one, so it's tied.
I guess. I mean, do you expect them to do anything? Will they get two?
No.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like the Blazers. Wemby going down changes the trajectory of
Sure.
that, but like, we need to talk about how Denny Avdia is the best player on that team.
Best player in the Western Conference.
It's insane. Freaking Beal. Ball sticks to him. You don't get to see what you have in Denny. Denny walks, and all of a sudden he's
such a stud. He's such a stud. Why is the show called Defeating the Curse? This is why. Because Danny he's in our building. We trade him away, and he has like legitimate MVP claims. Legitimate.
It makes no sense. It makes perfect sense. It makes no sense.
It makes perfect sense if you're from DC and you understand how DC sports operate.
Yeah.
Welcome to the insanity. I didn't want to end on a sour note, but I mean, I got.
Well, here's where you end. The Pens are probably going to go down 0-3 to the Flyers.
Okay.
Always root for the Pens to lose.
Okay.
And then after the Flyers get out, always root for a Pennsylvania team to lose. That is your formula.
So I'm just
as a
cheering
DC
against the
sports
state.
fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can do that.
But NHL playoffs have been very, very entertaining. I don't know if you've tuned into anything, but I think we've had like 13 games so far have been decided by like a single goal or an empty netter. Like they are all coming
They're
down
very
to
tight.
the wire.
I have
Colorado,
seen
like the Kings are doing insane. Like it's just
I have
don't
found
know.
a sports highlight show that takes me back to the era of original Sports Center. It's called CBS Daily Sports Recap. It's online. It's pretty good. So I've seen the highlights because that, believe it or not, someone makes a show. It's buried on the internet, but there is a show out there for people that want highlights in a 30 to 45 minute format. And because it's a YouTube show, you can hit the 1.5x and get caught up pretty quick. In about 30 minutes, you can get all the highlights. So something just to keep an eye out there, FP. But no, I got to be honest. I haven't been following the NHL. I've been locked in on the EPL across the pond. There's some big things happening in
The chat's been going. The offline chat's been
It's
going crazy. So I know something's
been
happening.
nuts. So Arsenal and Manchester City faced off on Sunday. If Arsenal had won that game, which they didn't because they can never beat Manchester City. Had they beat Manchester City, their fate was in their hands. They had a shot at winning the league for the first time in 20 years. They lost. So now, because Manchester City has played one less game, the advantage is actually in Manchester City's favor, even though they're down in the points table. They're going to need some help along the way. And I'm an Arsenal guy. I'm an Arsenal fan. This is a big deal, blah, blah, blah. The bigger deal is Tottenham Hotspur, where the NFL...
Didn't they get relegated?
They are on the brink of relegation. A $1 billion stadium, world-class facilities, home of the NFL in England. That team has, if they were to get relegated, that one team is worth more than the top 16 teams in the entire lower one division down combined, FB. Huge deal. And to add more drama onto the whole thing, do you remember a team called Leicester City? Does that ring a bell at all? Leicester City had 6,000 to 1 odds to win the Premier League. They got promoted, and they were bottom feeders for a couple years, caught lightning in a bottle, and ended up winning the Premier League completely out of nowhere in 2016, 10 years ago. Jamie Vardy was the striker. I mean, names you know, even if you're a casual soccer guy. They were relegated to the lower league last year. And they just got relegated again.
Really?
They are worth more than every single team in tier 3, combined. Back-to-back relegations. They will have to... Their stadium, FP, their stadium holds more people in it for one game than the next 7 largest stadiums combined. They have gone down 2 seasons in a row. They may never come back up. In 10 years.
Say, how hard is it? One relegation, build yourself back up. I can see that not as big of an obstacle. But how hard is it? How often does it happen where you're dropping down 2 to bring yourself back up to the Premier?
So it's an interesting question. If you look at like Italian football, AC Milan and Inter Milan were both punished and sanctioned and sent to the lower division as punishment.
Okay.
Came back within a year, obviously, right? These are even if you don't have the best players, you have the facilities and the coaching and the physios and the whatever. Like that, those things happen. If you look at the EPL, it's kind of the same, like 6-7 teams over and over that go up and down. And it's like you have your big 6 at the top of the table, which Tottenham is one of the big 6 in England.
Yeah.
And then you got your bottom 6, 7, 8. Then they just kind of rotate and they kind of go down and they come back up. And occasionally you get like a Birmingham City.
I'm taking this all in as I'm imagining like F1 teams. But I'm tracking.
But just stay with me. Like our boy Patrick lives in Coventry City. They're getting promoted to the Premier League, which means our boy Pat's going to walk across the street to their 5,000 person stadium where he has season tickets for the last 15 years.
And he gets to watch all the Premier teams.
And he gets to watch all the bigs. And that team in Coventry is now going to get all of the money associated with going up so they can improve everything and fight to stay up in the division or like in the Premier League. There are some examples like QPR, Queen's Park Rangers, Crystal Palace. These teams, like QPR is an interesting one because they went down 5 years in a row. They were never like a great team, but they just disintegrated and fell apart. Crystal Palace went down. And came back
Ryan Reynolds own? How are they doing?
So he owns Wrexham, right? I mean, I believe they are still alive for promotion currently.
From 2 to 1.
They have been promoted for 5 seasons in a row. From non-league football, they are now in, I believe, Division 3, about to come up into the championship. So, like, with one more, if they get promoted this year and then one more, they're coming up, which is insane to do that in a 6 year. But that's that shows you what money and spending does.
Yeah.
But the opposite is also true. If Tottenham goes down, They have bills to pay. There's no TV money in the second league. You're not playing on Saturday and Sunday. You're playing on Wednesdays and Thursdays or whatever it is. I mean, yeah, their fans will still sell out their stadiums, but there isn't money. Like, you can't afford the players. So what do you have to do? Got to get rid of players. You got to find new players. Like, this is what happens. Leicester has gone through that. Leicester is going down. They legitimately may never come back up. That's how hard it is to come back up. And a lot of these players also, when you sign them, they have clauses in their contracts put in by their agents because of what happened previously in Italy. If your team gets relegated for any reason, the players are out of their contracts. They become free agents. So you can't even sell them. Imagine.
And then the big teams get to just spend and bring them in.
But you get nothing.
Yeah.
Right? Tottenham is still paying off their $1 billion stadium. Like, where's the money going to come? Like, they not only could they get relegated, they could go bankrupt. Like, it is a massive storyline, right? But this is what makes soccer so interesting, is that you have all these, and desperately we need this in the NFL. Like, I like, everybody plays, like, we're in 3 seasons from now, everybody plays a game. And the top 8 stay up and the bottom 8 go down. And that's how we're going to do it, or whatever it is. Like, you got to find a way to make it all work.
I mean, it would be great to relegate some of the shitty teams, but being fans of one of the shitty teams, I don't really want that to happen.
But you can't just coast and be crappy for 15 years like the Cardinals. Like, you got to spend. You don't get the money unless you go up. Like,
yeah, I mean,
and there's no, and one of the things I personally like, there's no more divisions. There's no more, like, you play everybody. Everybody plays everybody, right? The season can still be 18 weeks long, but you know, the Premier League season is 40 games, 39 games. So everybody plays everybody twice. That's it. It's just a table and there's points. You know, so, like, could they tweak it and come up with a way to make it more like American? Probably, you know, but, you know, like, some of these crappy NBA teams, like, they need to go to the G League. Bring some of these crazy G League teams up. Like, I don't care anymore. Like, what, the NBA Cup, like, make it the United States Cup and bring in all of the G League teams, all of the NBA teams, all of the independent leagues, and let them play each other.
Yeah, but they're going to get boat raced if they do get promoted.
Maybe.
And then it's bad TV.
Well, not necessary. I mean, look, the FA Cup in England, every single team in England plays in the FA Cup. Every single team at every single level, FP. You're talking about a tournament that spans the entire season with, like, 400 teams in it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, but how many of those matchups are terrible?
Most, but the idea that you can, but the idea that you can,
yeah, it's a romantic idea. I'll give it to you.
Sure.
I don't see it playing out in football.
Right, like, if you took F1 and you said for 2 races a year, we have the F1 Cup or the Super Race Car Cup, whatever, and you get the F1 teams and the F2 teams and the F3 teams all in one course to compete. It's pretty cool.
It would be. I mean, it's completely different. I mean, different cars, different engines, but I get it.
Yeah. Anyway, all this to say, even if you don't care about international soccer, the storylines right now in England around Leicester going down twice and the Spurs flirting with relegation, aside from Arsenal and Manchester City again duking it out at the top of the table, lots of stuff to monitor there. And the futures bet, you should take a look at that.
I do like me some bets.
Take a look at a bet about see what the odds are that Spurs go down. Like, that might be a pretty wild bet to take, because right now it looks like they're going down. So
I could do that.
Anyway, you got me all worked up. It was good. It's good.
It's good. I like to see the passion. My dream is that you have this same passion for F1, because the storylines are so similar.
Maybe next season. I mean, F1, it was great. We watched 3 races, and then they've been off for 2 months. So, I mean, this is great.
Yeah, they had their spring break. They'll be back first week.
They just started FP. What spring break for what?
You know.
Okay.
Let them. It's a year-long season.
But they had 3 races, and they just took a month off.
Yes.
Although I think maybe one of the races got canceled. Middle Eastern. One of the, was it an Arab race? It was somewhere in the Arab states. I think so.
No, I don't think this. I think those are still up in the air to be canceled. This is just normal scheduling, just logistics and travel and moving everything. And you know, the Strait of Hormuz closing doesn't help. But
you want to give me your your thoughts on the vote in Virginia?
I mean, immediately shot down by a judge, and it's going to be caught in legal battle, and as expected. I don't know.
I will say this, as somebody who volunteers regularly at the polls, anybody who is celebrating the devocalization or the minimization of a vote should be embarrassed for themselves. This is a problem.
I think regardless of what side of the aisle you're on, you should not be for gerrymandering.
I agree with that. I will say I got a really interesting take from somebody who was like pretty plugged into conservative politics in Northern Virginia. And she basically looked at me and said, look, get past the short-term loss here. Like Fairfax County just went from being like one person basically to like 5 different districts or whatever. Think about how that plays out long-term. Like forget about the short-term loss, but think about the long-term. It actually makes it easier for people to win seats because the guy in Annandale and the guy in Great Falls and the guy in Centerville can talk to their immediate neighbors within like a 10-mile radius and not have to worry about the other 40 miles of the county where they have no influence. So yes, it's more seats in the short term, and yes, it favors Team Blue in the short term, but the probability of future wins actually goes up because your message doesn't have to resonate with the entirety of the county. You literally just have to win your neighborhood by comparison. And I thought that was a very intelligent take. Very intelligent take. Like it makes
I mean the same conversation goes to Texas and all the other states that did it for the red side. It's the same thing.
Yeah, and if you want to pick on Minnesota, you look at Somali politics, right? The reason they're all in politics is because like they can do that because they have greater influence in smaller numbers because they are co-located. So anyway, all this to say, it sucks in the short term if your team red. I think there is a little bit of silver lining. We'll see if it holds up, but you know,
I don't think it'll hold up.
I mean, since we started broadcasting this show, Virginia's been changing, and it continues to change. It was purplish, and now it's purple. You know, leaning a little bit more into dark purple or going towards blue or whatever comes between the two. But you know, such is life, FP, right?
Yeah,
burgundy and gold on the field. That's what I care about.
That's all that matters.
Anything to plug?
I have a really random question that I got asked earlier. Not related to sports at all, but we're going to end the show with just off the wall topic. When you shower, do you face the front or are you hitting your back?
You saying like, do I face the water? Do I want water on my...
Like, is water hitting your chest or is water hitting your back?
I mean, I have locked in my answer, but I'd like to hear from you first.
I think I'm typically like when it comes to scrubbing time, water's hitting my back. Apparently there's a population, you look confused. Apparently there's a population that when you're scrubbing, water's hitting your front.
I'm a shower front. I'm facing forward at all times.
Really?
Yeah, prepared for battle. Yes. Why would I face away from the water? I'm in the shower for the water.
You want the soap, like you want to scrub and see the soap,
No.
the soap stays on.
Scrubbing and exfoliating happens. Well, look, I turn the water off when I'm scrubbing and exfoliating, and then turn it back on. I mean, if you're asking me,
you stand butt naked in your shower with the water off for a portion of time.
Yes,
that's worse than Andy with the toothbrush in the shower.
No, it's not. It's normal behavior.
No,
it gets cold.
Turning the water off.
Yeah, because I need the soap. I need the lather to penetrate my skin.
That's why you turn your back and you scrub.
So you're washing half of your body at a time?
The water hits your back.
This is bizarre behavior.
The water hits your back. You scrub the front half. You step out for a second.
Step out where? Out of the shower?
Like out of the stream. Like
how is that? How is that different than turning the water off for? Like, why are you wasting water, FP? Just turn the water off.
Because then you got to get the temperature right again and everything. No, you just.
Oh my God.
You just step out for 10 seconds. You do your back. You go back in. Facing the shower while you lather is crazy to me.
Well, I am facing the shower, but the water is not on, so I could face any direction.
That's even
But
crazier
the
than what I was
control
trying to
isn't.
bring
But
up.
the water control's in the front, so I have to face the front, so I can manipulate the shower control.
No, that makes no sense. I feel like everybody needs to watch the episode of Seinfeld where Kramer is observing showers and how people shower efficiently and reevaluate their
Send me
lives,
an
because
episode.
there's a lot of inefficient people.
Can you give me a
showering right now.
clue as to who asked you this? Is it someone on the show?
It's not someone on the show. It was a coworker referencing. I think they saw it on like a Ask Reddit type situation, but it sparked like meetings got interrupted because we couldn't stop talking.
How many
about-
people participated in this?
It was like a 15 people conversation about front versus back in the shower. It's just something I never thought of.
Ask the dummies in the DTC chat. Let's see what they say. Just put a poll up. Do you shower facing the shower or
I feel
facing
like
away?
the water hitting your back while you lather is normal. I feel like that is the most normal
No, dude.
situation.
What if you need to turn the water off?
What? No, you're the only person that turns the
What
water
if
off
somebody's at your
before the
door?
shower's
What
done.
if you need to quickly evacuate the showering space? You have to turn around and turn the water off? No, this is very inefficient.
How often are you being evacuated from your shower?
I'm just saying, like, preparedness is why you military park your car, just in case there's a situation you gotta get away quickly. You can't be backing out of a parking space.
There's no situation where you have to haul ass out of your shower, butt naked, half soaped, and handle whatever's going on.
You have to sign for a delivery, and the second you start the triple S, you get in the shower, and it's like the FedEx guy's like, if you don't come to the door right now, you can't have your new work laptop. Yeah, you got to get out of the shower. Got to go. Smoke alarm's going off. Got to go.
That's so random.
The oven's
Talking
beeping at you.
Normal day-to-day, 5 minutes or less shower.
I mean,
Front or back.
I face the shower.
It's weird.
I also take a large number of my phone calls from the shower. Throws people off.
Shower phone. That's also weird.
Shower phone. I do so much shower phone. So much shower phone.
I am high efficiency. I am in and out of that shower in 5 minutes. Although I started squeegeeing and drying the entire shower when I'm done, which a lot of people think is weird.
I mean, it keeps it tidy.
I dry, like, I have a specific towel, like a car
For
detailing
the glass
towel.
and stuff.
I squeegee the glass.
Okay.
I dry the glass, and then I do all.
Are you
the
spending
ties.
more time cleaning your shower than taking a shower?
No, it's all efficiency. I can dry that shower. I'm like a F1 team. Like, it is top to bottom done. Minute.
Thought of you attacking the shower like an F1 team. Like, arm one up, arm one down, leg one up. Spread the cheeks. Spread
I'm
the
just saying.
front cheeks, back cheeks.
There's
flaps.
something like I enjoy seeing the house be clean, and when the entire house is clean, you go back in the shower later, or you go back in the bathroom later, and the shower is still drippy and wet, and it just looks. It's
Cleaning the shower. Yeah, the thought of I'm gonna wrestle with this idea of you're an F1 team when you shower. Like, there's something. I'm gonna
I
see
bet
what
you didn't think we'd get 50 minutes out of this topic.
I'm gonna see what Gemini has to say about this, and see what Gemini can do with this.
This is just a weird. It was something I brought up to me, is you don't realize just how different people are and how they do things, and how you just learn it one way and you do it.
Yeah, I gotta say, there's 6 people in that offline chat. I think I'm gonna get more votes. People face the shower. Facing away from the shower seems like
weirdos in the chat. Andy probably
I know,
faces
but
the shower
facing-
when he brushes his teeth, and
I know
it
he's
makes
got to
no
face
sense.
west or whatever. But
Yeah.
I feel like women would face away from the shower because they want their hair, or maybe not, because they either want their hair to get wet or not to get wet.
I can tell you this. I don't like, unless it's hair wash shower, which is like 1 every 4 for women. Every woman has their hair in a shower cap.
Okay, but then do they put it? Do they stand in the shower, or do they
Well,
stand
if you're
looking at
shower
the
capped,
shower?
it doesn't matter. But I think a lot of them would do similar. Water hits your back.
Okay, let's ask.
I'm just saying. Something you don't think of.
We're
hit me
comfortably
and
in the bit season.
Yeah, comfortably.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
I'm not plugging anything. DTC on Patreon, DTC wherever you get your podcast. Thank you for hanging out with us. We do have movies, actually, FP. We got to announce the movies for the next OMC. OMC 24 is around the corner. 24. We're doing 3. We're doing the Jailblazers. On Netflix. We're doing 2 on Netflix. Jailblazers documentary. It's a tight 1 hour, 15 minutes. And if you watch on a tablet, you can hit that 1.5. It's a lifesaver. We're doing Kindergarten Cop, 1990 classic. I had to go back and do some source material research on this one, FB. This is before Terminator 2. Before arguably the biggest movie in Arnold's career. In 1990, he's Kindergarten Cop.
I love Arnie's range.
Yes. So we're doing Kindergarten Cop, the Jailbreakers, the Jailblazers. And our third movie?
Face Off.
Face Off. This is going to be a good show.
I have a lot to say about Face Off.
And then bonus movie, just because I already watched it, Speed. Original Keanu Reeves, Speed.
I like it.
It's going to be a fun show.
Sounds
I don't know.
Be a beefy show.
It's going to be a beefy show. I don't know when we're going to record it, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with us. Episode 379 in the books. We will see you all next